Okay, I thought it would be good to go through in detail how to add a test harness to a Quartus project. I didn't quite get there during the lecture on Saturday, so let's see if we can do it. So I'm going to start with the new project wizard and we'll go there. I'm going to put this in my 466 directory. I might do it for there, and yeah, I'll just put it there, and I'm going to call this the just test example, and the top level entity I'm going to do the half adder that we did before. Okay, and I want an empty project. I don't want to add any files to the project. I want that cyclone 4E, and I think it's that one that we want, C8, and then the simulation tool we want is model sim Altera, and we want VHDL as the format, and we can finish. Okay, so the half adder doesn't exist, so let's do a new file, and it's a new VHDL file, and remember we want the IEEE library, and we want let's just check the particular piece we want for lab 3. It was lab 3 we were doing, wasn't it? So there's lab 3, and we want to use IEEE stditlogic 1164.all, right? And then we want our entity half adder is, and we want a port which has A and B as inputs, and they're of type stditlogic, and we want C and S as outputs, which are also of type stditlogic, right? And I think that's mostly what we want, and then I'll bring the other stuff here and we'll paste that in as well, right? And this is we'll just change the names over to be half adder rather than lab 3, just to be a bit different. And then remember the sum was going to be A exclusive or B, although we did have a problem with that. Remember the board is active low, and then so if we actually want the I/O to work the way we think it's going to work, we need to invert all of those. So there's the half adder. Let's just see if that compiles. Hopefully it does. Yeah, that looks pretty good. And so now we have a half adder, but we want to make a test bench. Okay, so we do that, and you should see down the bottom here that it was put into the directory model simulation model sim halfadder.vht. So let's just open that up. So simulation, model sim. Now we've got to get the right file, because it doesn't give you the right file. And here's the test bench that we can use. And let me just see if I can change the font to be a bit bigger. Right. And that makes it a little easier to read. And remember, the main thing of interest for us is to assign things here, right, to get stuff happening here. So we make A equal to 0 as the first example, and then we get B, and then we can assert what we want to happen. Well, we want to make sure that in this case S is if S is equal to 1, then that's going to be an error. Right, and severity error. Okay, so there's a start. I'm not going to go through the full thing. Now what we've done so far is we've created the test bench. If I do a compile now though, this test bench will not compile. So what I have to do is I have to go to the settings here and come down to EDA tool settings, simulation. And then I have to add the test, tell it to compile the test bench as well. And then I can go in here and I need to make a new test bench. And this is the halfadder test bench. And the file I want is somewhere here maybe. Here we go, simulation, model sim, VHT. Right, there's my and the top level module, I think I've got that wrong. Oh, I have to add that first. Right, so there we go. Now what is this? The top level entity is actually called that. So let's just go back and set that up properly. Right, so the top level module in the test bench, I think should be that one. And there we go. And now when I do a compilation, the test bench should compile as well. So let's just see what happens there. Okay, looks like the test bench has compiled. So now what I can do is I can run an RTL simulation. Apparently I can't. Let's just check that. EDA tool options, model sim Altera, model sim Altera. And for some reason it's decided to not know where model sim is. There we go. That's interesting. Oh well. I've shown you how to add the test bench. I'll take a break and I'll